Days into what the community thought might be an April Fool's joke by Epic, they still refuse to revert the patch changes that took away 40% increased material, mats on Elim, and especially the worst one of all, 50 health or shield on elimination. Of course, a lot of people are still very upset about this, and pros like Symfuhny and Daequan and a bunch of other Fortnite pros are still worried about what the future of Fortnite will look like. And some pros are straight up refusing to play Fortnite and instead playing Uno on their streams. Can Fortnite survive this blow, or will players and pros start quitting? Even the international soccer star Zlatan, or football for the rest of you guys, called out Fortnite directly on Twitter, saying, "At Fortnite game, Zlatan says revert." This is insane when a world famous athlete directly ats your game and tells you to change it back. So, is Epic in big trouble? More than you might think. I'm your second favorite PE teacher, Denver. Click like and click subscribe right now and use code thatdenverguyYT if you want to help me out. But Zlatan, of course, isn't the only one still mad about the changes. NRG Symfuhny, one of the best editors in the whole game, as some of you know, put this tweet out asking, "What has Fortnite done?" And then a bunch of Z's, which of course could only mean that he's really bored of the game now, and that looks to be what a lot of pros are thinking. Ninja, Tim, Dr. Lupo, and Courage JD all stopped playing Fortnite and played Uno instead on stream. It was actually pretty hilarious, especially when Ninja raged like crazy because he couldn't get cards and actually lost like thousands of dollars to the other guys. But check this out for yourself.
I'm not gifted and Biffy. I'm just throwing that out there. What is this game, dude? Are you serious? Give me a green card. What are you doing? I don't have a green.
So is this what Fortnite is coming to? Pros whose entire careers are built around Fortnite and the game doing well are now so bored that they play Uno on their stream. It actually wasn't a bad stream, I will give them that. It was a nice change of pace, and it might have happened without the patch changes anyway. But the fact that Uno was the better option to play over Fortnite squads for an entire night is a big deal, because don't forget, it's not just the pros that need Fortnite. Fortnite might need the pros too. I love the comments you guys leave on my videos and Twitter, and I think Lance really nailed this one by saying, simple, if the big streamers stop playing, the game dies / people won't play. So do you think Lance is right? Now, Daequan had a monster tweet about this that is nearing 100,000 likes already, which you guys might know is almost impossible for gamers to get. But he says, one day game developers will realize that you can't protect noobs from getting bopped. You add ranked, people will smurf. You separate casual and ranked, people will just go bot farm in casuals. You try to change game mechanics to save them, you ruin your game. History doesn't lie. I think Day nailed it, because that seems like exactly what Epic wants to do, protect the new players. The bigger the player base, the more money Epic makes as a business. If players leave because they have no chance, then Epic is losing money. But if Epic loses the pros who play this game and keep people excited about it and bring a ton of new players in, they might lose even more money. So I say again, Epic is in big trouble with this one. This isn't just doom and gloom and complaining. This is a big deal, and their decisions past this point will have a massive effect on the game. What can they do to keep the noobs happy and the pros happy? Dakotaz replied and said Daequan got that new fire, meaning he clearly agrees, and even Ninja replied to this and said, "Dang bro, you're oozing wisdom right now." Even TSM Zexro added a high IQ reply to the discussion and said, "I'm the best underrated controller player. Look at my highlights." The guy who replied to him, I think, missed the sarcasm and didn't think it was funny though. But more and more pros are getting louder at Epic when they used to say maybe one thing and then get back to grinding. But that's the pros. What does the community think? Is it just a bunch of pros that are mad, especially because the changes come right before the $100 million World Cup? I ran a Twitter poll, and funny enough, Ninja ran one right after me and got just a few more votes than me about the exact same topic, and so far the results are clear. This is not just something that the pros want, the entire community seems to want the old Fortnite back. Anytime you can have like 80 to 90% or more of the community agree on something and then you change it, you are going to face some serious backlash because a lot of us spent a ton of money on the game and we feel like we should have a say whether we actually get a say or not. @Rach6987 replied to my poll and said, now that we've had it, the game feels awful without it. It's just so strange for Epic to make such huge changes. Almost everybody loves it for like 2 months and then bam, they take it away just like that. It's not a matter of it being the same way that it has since like season 1. I totally get that argument. We all just felt that it was a step in the right direction for Fortnite after season 7 was pretty terrible. One huge thing though is that a lot of people like playing in squads, but they can't have squads and 50 health or shield on Elim because there isn't a ranked option for it. Daequan said on this, honestly doubt I'll ever play with my friends again in Fortnite because there's no way I'm playing this game without health and mats per kill, not to mention minus 40% mat speed. Rest in peace squad game mode. It was fun while it lasted. Please revert. Now the funniest thing I've seen in a while about all of this was sent to me on Twitter by @frogman88A or Gabe as he goes by, where the chat on Epic's Twitch stream for the Lux Cup was just a ton of copy pastas that said revert the update. Check it out. I'm sure Epic already gets the point by now, but it doesn't hurt to not let the issue just die down and disappear if you really think it's a big deal. Apparently, this is Dakotaz's strategy as well, since he tweeted out just now, yo, did they revert yet? Again, Dakotaz doesn't usually care about any of these changes so far and maybe had a couple things to say about the planes like everyone else, but this is a big deal when Dakotaz not only calls you out like he did on patch day with an @to Fortnite, but the fact that he keeps tweeting about it days later. That makes it more of a permanent issue that he sees is affecting the game very negatively versus just having an issue adapting to change. Now, FaZe Scissors had an incident recently where he raged and apparently threw his headset down on stream. Check out the tweet. He says, just broke my headset and ended stream. I hate being bad at video games. It could definitely be unrelated because he doesn't specify that he's really unhappy with the patch, but just that he was upset with either himself or Fortnite enough that he broke his headset. So do you guys think it had to do with the patch and that's why Scissors thinks he is bad at video games? Because it's much harder to pump stomp and stay alive now? Or do you think he is actually just bad at Fortnite? By the way, if you haven't seen him play, he seems pretty good and he always has. Maybe it was just a bad day. Either way, the famous YouTuber Muselk replied with the words, my last win cost me a phone. And he's holding up a clearly broken phone that he apparently threw playing Fortnite. Of course, Scissors asked why he would throw a phone for getting a win, and Muselk replied with, nah, that was broken on the 3-day journey it took to get that win, the cost of my victory. So of course, this could have been related to the frustration that plenty of us have felt when trying to win in Fortnite, but these are two creators who are usually pretty chill, and right after the new changes, they are throwing and breaking things. What do you guys think on that? FaZe Thieves and TSM Myth both added in their thoughts to Fortnite and what their opinion was, just in case any Epic employees are watching this and aren't convinced enough already that maybe this is bad for the game. Now, many of you might not know, but Myth got called out a while back when everybody agrees with something, usually on Fortnite, if there's some big changes or something, or has some critique of Fortnite and Epic and their decisions. Myth is usually the one to go against the grain and defend Epic, but not this time. Marshmallow tweeted out, do you ever wish you can go back in time? And Myth quoted the tweet and said, back to the time where there was health and mats on elimination in pubs, and a sad emoji. Ouch. And then FaZe Thieves also said, I think my new favorite word is revert. I've probably said it over 100 times in the past day. Yo, by the way, revert the update at Fortnite game. All right, you get it. I get it. Epic hopefully gets it. So then, should Epic just bring mats and health or shield back to the public games, or how do we fix this, guys? One way to fix this is to make small adjustments, like maybe trying out 25 health or shield in pubs and 25 mats on a limb. Baby steps, right? Rather than just taking the whole thing away immediately. Maybe even a 20% increased harvesting rate, because who wants to actually spend twice as much time to get the same amount of mats as before? And what just still doesn't make sense to me, and maybe you guys can explain this, is the 999 of each material coming back. If you don't want people to have so many mats by reducing the main ways of getting them, why are you effectively doubling the amount that they can carry? Do you actually want people to build more or build less, Epic? Do you want players who want to have a chance to win to drop in remote locations, not fight, and just pickaxe objects for the first 10 minutes of the game? Is this really the direction you want to go, Epic? Because that sounds terribly boring to even the most casual player, and that is exactly what pros will have to do. That said, we talk about the skill gap and how the skill gap is a huge problem in games. Fortnite is definitely one of the games that has a massive skill gap right now, because it's the only game that offers so much versatility and decision making to the point where new players have almost zero chance to kill the best players because of building. Even the most popular FPS games ever gave new players the chance to aim at someone and hope for some lucky headshots. In Fortnite, if your opponent is a great builder and editor, how many chances do you have for some lucky damage to land, especially with the awful bloom on ARs? But you know what? That is enough from me. Like and subscribe and click any videos you guys see in the description of this video for more from me. And I stream on twitch.tv, thatdenverguy, so come check me out and say hi, because we have an awesome community and I bet you guys would love to be a part of it. I get asked if I have a creator code. It's thatdenverguyyT if you missed it at the beginning. And it's totally up to you guys if you want to use it to support me. I know there's a ton of great creators out there who deserve it just as much as I do. Get that notification bell on though, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next one. Love, Denver.